This is the Passion People podcast, a series where we feature individuals who have shown great dedication and passion for a particular cause, craft, or job. Today we have a young Singaporean man with us, although his job isn't seen by many as a job for young people. Today I have Matthew with me. Matthew actually has a very interesting job. So Matthew, tell me a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself a bit to the people who don't know you.
Okay, so I'm Matthew, I'm 23. I have a huge passion for buses since young, and that led me to my previous job as a bus driver, and now I am an interchange supervisor at Tower Transit.
So actually, what sparked your interest in the transport industry? Buses, because not many people have that passion or understand that passion at all. So what actually sparked that interest for you?
I guess it got to do with when I was young, I just started to notice the buses ply my street very often, because I used to go out very often. My parents used to bring me out very often out of the house, and I just found them quite interesting. They had different sounds, they are of different makes, they have different designs, and that actually sparked my curiosity to learn more about them.
I see. So as a bus enthusiast, how do you portray that hobby? I mean, how do you run that hobby?
Okay, so basically as a bus enthusiast, what we look for is we take photos and videos of buses to collect.
Yes.
Some of us, we actually collect used bus parts, and we repurpose them, like the stopping bells and everything. We'll actually bring them home to keep it as memory's sake. And some of us, we will actually collect those brochures you see at the interchange, those paper brochures. And they actually look at it after a few years and see what the changes are to the services and all. Yeah, so there are different aspects to becoming a bus enthusiast.
I see. So how do you actually get the parts?
You
buy them?
We have to go to the scrapyard, because in Singapore the buses are scrapped every 17 years. So buses can only live for 17 years old. So after that they will be sent for scrap, and then we will actually go to the industrial site and ask the scrapyard owner, please can you sell us the parts, because we want to bring it home and repurpose it or keep it for memory's sake.
That's very interesting. So because of your transport passion, you developed it into a career.
Yes.
Right. So, were there any major decisions you made or anything you had to sacrifice to pursue this passion of yours?
I wouldn't say it's much of a sacrifice, but it's more of there's something I have to give up, which is university education. Because the job opening at that time, it's time limited, so it's not always that you have an opening, and I thought it was a very good opportunity, so I decided to hold back on my university studies first and go for this interchange supervisor job I have now.
I see. So you're not actually putting university off totally, you're actually going to go back to it? Do you have plans to go back to university?
Yes, I do have plans to go back next time, but we'll see how long the road is, and then I'll make plans from there.
I see. So you delayed uni for a while to pursue your passion, and it's a passion that not many people are actually aware of. Or they ask questions like, this guy give up uni to be a bus interchange supervisor? Not many people will understand that, So what are some common remarks you hear from others regarding your career, your passion?
I do hear from my bus captains themselves that they actually advise me to study, because without a degree, you can't really do much in Singapore. But I would just advise them and say, I'm just trying to take things slow first and maybe enjoy the process. And this is a job that I've always wanted to be in since young, something to do with the public transport industry. So it's something that's very close to my heart. So I thought doing something close to your heart rather than going to study in university and not knowing what you want to study. Because I actually applied to 3 different universities, and I kept changing my mind because I didn't know what I want to study. And I felt like this was my calling, and I'm pretty much enjoying what I do right now, even though it's quite tough, I would say. There's rotating shifts, and we have to deal with a lot of external matters like customers and bus drivers and stuff like that.
I see. So how about relatives? Maybe you're at a family gathering. You know how relatives are. Maybe relatives can be a bit snarky sometimes. Do they ever make any comments that are hurtful or offensive?
When the newspaper articles came out, or the articles online came out, of me turning down the university to actually drive buses instead, I heard from my parents that they had received some comments from the relatives hey, why he don't want to go and study, why he want to go and drive a bus instead. But my parents had to do the explaining for my behalf. This is my hobby, it's close to my heart since young, so they were supportive of it.
I see. I saw a recent post actually. I saw a recent article, and it was about bus enthusiasts. And the comments weren't very nice. The comments were judgmental. Yeah, what would you like to say to this?
Well, in Singapore, we live in a very conventional society. So people who do things out of the norm, they are often seen as weird. Or like they are the subject of these nasty comments. No matter how much you explain to them, they will still live in their bubble and say, oh, it's weird. But how I see it, the easiest way you can put your point across is like, there are a lot of people who like cars, car enthusiasts. So that's like a norm, right? So why not you just explain it in terms of like, okay, there's car enthusiasts, why not bus enthusiasts? Cars, there are a lot of different types. Bus also, there are a lot of different types also. So that's an easier way for people to relate, and like they'll more likely understand if you use this theory.
Alright, so one last question, Matthew. Complete this sentence. The transportation industry to me is...
It is my rice bowl.
In a country where not many would choose sentiment over prospect when it comes to careers, Matthew has shown great dedication to his passion. From his story, we can learn to not be too quick to judge. As the saying goes, walk a mile in someone's shoes before you judge him. This has been Passion People. I am Rifdi Shahid.